Welcome to Don't Waste Your Gems, where we go over whether or not you should be wasting gems on the brand new pack. So we have Revived Legion right here, and this is actually a pretty good one in terms of like card quality. However, I don't necessarily know if you want to put gems into it. So let's go over it, right? First of all, this comes with some Salamangreat support. We have Salamangreat of Fire, we have Code of Soul, that's pretty early, Salamangreat Raging Phoenix. So overall, Salamangreat is going to be like this pretty solid mid-range style deck, lots of room for hand traps. You can play some of the really powerful fire support like Promethean Princess and so forth, as we've had for a while now. So the deck gets better, but it's still just a way worse Snake Eye. But if you like Salamangreat, cool, now you're happy, I guess. But I would personally just craft these, so that's up to you. Then we have SP Little Knight, and this is the card that warrants like the most talk. This is the card of the pack because Snake Eye is going to get way stronger thanks to this card. Yes, I know Snake Eye is already the best deck. Some would argue tier 0 in TCG was tier 0 in OCG, though now there's more decks, more support, but we don't have that yet. And then of course in Master Duel you could kind of argue the same as well, so now that gets even stronger. Now while other decks also get access to this card, so they also get a bit stronger, I think Snake Eye is definitely the deck that uses it the best, together with Unchained. Now Unchained of course cannot really keep up with the likes of Snake Eye at the highest level, so like it's really Snake Eye's world right now still, and SP makes that worse. Now I've been seeing a lot of doom posting, people saying, oh, SP Little Knight is gonna break Master Duel and so forth. Like, nah, this card is just really good, but it doesn't break the game in any way. It just makes IP a bit stronger. What's breaking the game is fire itself, not SP. But yeah, any deck that can put up an IP is gonna play an SP, and this is a one-off. So do you want to open a pack just for this one card? No, you just want to craft it. Moving on, we have Promethean Princess that was already in the game. Again, the Salamangreat support, we already kind of spoke about it, so you know, cool. Your Salad deck has support, but whatever. So we have this Raging Phoenix OTK line with Zelantis as well, which is pretty interesting. So also keep that in mind, of course. Like, Snake Eye was already best deck, now it's bestest deck, but other fire decks also have access to the Zelantis OTK line. Next, we have Horus. So this is a really fun engine for cope piles. Horus has never seen play in something that isn't somewhat of a cope pile. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll see it in Tearlaments. You'll see it in some weird other brews. But it's always, you know, a pile of engines that doesn't have a lot of room for non-engine, and so therefore is usually not like tippity top tier. But it is very fun. You know, if you want to have fun with a pile of engines together, some dark spam type deck, you want to make a zombie vampire with this that then mills your deck, puts a bunch of value engrave, awesome. You know, Phantom Knights can use this, all sorts of Brave decks can use this. There's even some people trying like Runic Horus Stun, but that eventually turned into just Stun without the Horus. So, you know, usually it's not really optimal. The best decks can definitely do without, but it's very fun. The issue I see, however, is that this Horus engine is going to be expensive. You need 3 Imseti. This is the starter. And then you need at least 1 King Sarcophagus, which is also a UR. But if you want to play a big package, you want even more of this. Then you might even want 3. Cool, that's already 6 URs. Happy is like the second best Horus card. That's also a UR. Now, this is kind of a brick in the deck, but it's still a brick you want to play because it's the best brick. There's other Horus monsters, and they're probably at SR, yeah, like Duamatev and so forth. But Happy is generally considered the strongest one after Imseti, which is why you will usually see people play 3 Imseti, 1 Happy, and then 1 to 3 King Sarcophagus. So that's a very expensive engine for decks that aren't that good, you know? Again, Tearlaments can play this, they will play this, but I just don't see it. I don't see why you would spend this much UR material. But hey, if you want to play Horus cards, this pack might be worth it purely because it's otherwise too much UR material to just craft. Now, we also see the Momento support, which is really fun. So Momento on release was a really weak engine, but it was obviously like destined to become really good. We've been getting more and more spoilers from the OCG that really shows this deck becoming real, you know, going from actually a complete unplayable joke, cool joke, but still kind of a joke, and more and more support, and now it's actually real. Now it could be a solid tier 2, maybe even tier 1 deck eventually. Now, that being said, that support isn't in this pack, of course. Like, okay, we see the Horse, we see the Dark Blade, we see Bone Party, we see the Fusion, but we don't have the latest line of support yet, which makes sense, of course. Like, it's barely out in the OCG. But so for now, these cards aren't going to be that strong. They are very cool, though. So they are based on like old normal monsters. So it's cool, but not very strong. And then Horus the Black Flame Deity is not that important unless you want to play like pure Horus, but usually the engine is just like the smaller amount of cards. And then we have Overload Future Fusion. This is cool, like a Zane card retrain type of deal, but it doesn't look all that great. And that is the pack. So should you waste your gems on it? I don't know. If you want to play Horus cards and you want to play Snake Eyes the best decks, you want these two anyway, then yeah, sure, it's probably worth it. But if you don't intend to play the Horus cards and you're just trying to play like the very best deck, all you need is these two. That's all you need. So just craft these two. Overall, kind of wishy-washy on this one. I won't be opening this pack, even though I would like to have the Horus stuff for like the cope pile, but I just don't want to spend the gems on it. So I hope you found this interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.